Hello everyone and welcome to the All the Pies YouTube channel. My name's Sai. Joining me is Kevin. Hello mate.
All right, how are you doing?
I'm alright. I'm alright. We had a few technical gremlins at the beginning of this, so hopefully it records alright. And
Yeah, it seems better now, doesn't it?
hopefully you've got your lovely Madonna headset on again, so hopefully that sort everything out.
Britney Spears, yeah,
Is it?
yeah, like a virgin.
It's before my time, mate. Too young.
Aye.
So today we're just gonna have a little quick recap, a mini review of the Liverpool game, and then I don't want to talk about it again because I'm happy and I'm excited for Wembley. I will quickly say I am nowhere near as disappointed by this defeat to Liverpool than I was by the first one. The first one felt unjust and I was angry for months. This one, I'm not. If we weren't at Wembley in 5 days' time, I would probably still be seething. But I want it out of my head. I want them horrible Scouse accents and that red. I want Klopp. I want it all out. I want it gone. I want it gone out my head.
So
So
it'll be
yeah,
replaced with the red of Manchester United.
yeah. Well, that's it. So we're gonna Wembley is going to be a sea of half Geordie accents and half Cockney accents. So
Indeed.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll start with the game the other day. We were going to do a full review video, weren't we? But
Yeah.
a mixture of other commitments, and I didn't want to. I was
No.
like, I didn't like it. The game itself was started off really strong, and I thought, here we go, it's time for revenge off the
Yeah.
back of the defeated Anfield.
First 10 minutes were
And
great.
there were I mean, it's a similar story, everything but a goal. Miggy came close, a good save from Allison. We were building up nicely. Maxi looked like he was getting a lot of joy against Trent
Yeah.
Alexander-Arnold as well. And then just 15 minutes of madness, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just it fell apart for about 15 minutes,
Oh,
and the
the
game was
wheels
done.
truly fell off, didn't they? Looking back, I can't have any gripes at VAR. They were both goals were onside.
Trippier,
Unfortunately,
wasn't it? Unfortunately, playing them on. Yeah,
it
but
seemed to
he's
be like
allowed.
a 10-minute just capitulation. Trippier had a mare, Shaw had a mare, and then obviously
Yeah,
Pope. Watch him back though, Pope. He did go for it with his head, like
he did.
he
Well,
did.
I mean, let's break it down bit by bit. We'll start off with the first goal. Yeah, they let Nunes go. He was in between Shaw and Botman, neither of which really picking him up. I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair to Nunes, really good first touch. He flicks it back onto his chest. People were saying, "Oh, it could be handball." It wasn't handball.
No,
It
that was
was just a good touch, good finish. The defending could have been better. But yeah, if what we're talking about Nunes, it seemed like we're
I
cursed with a
know.
bit. He showed what he can do with that goal,
He's a
and it
cracking
was a
player.
bit deflated.
There's no doubt about it. He's a cracking player. He was for Benfica. He's tremendous. Do you know what I mean?
I'd like to see him turn into that player again, but I don't.
Yeah, I think he
I
will.
want
Though.
him to be shit. He
I
probably
think he
will.
will. I think next season he'll have a blinder. So yeah, and then the second goal, Gakpo.
Good move, to be fair.
Yeah.
Good run from him. Again, nobody picked him up running into the box. Trippier played him onside. That one was a bit more forgivable. The move, the run was a little quick one. It wasn't like, he should be to blame for playing him onside or anything like that. But yeah, nobody picked him up. Just,
No.
and then he came in, tidy enough finish. 2-0, and it was against the run of play. And you're thinking, oh, Christ, here we go.
I think Gakpo is going to be another one who adapts to the league next season. I think Liverpool are going to be back in the mix next season.
Well, you mentioned him the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is almost a one to watch, and as it turned out, you were right on that one. But at 2-0 down, you thought, oh Christ, what's going to happen here? It's going to be one of those games. And
Yeah.
then the Pope incident. Allison picked the ball up, booted it upfield, route one. Salah looked to be away. And I think when I had to look back at it, I mean, Pope was already off his line, and I think that's what made his mind up to go. And we've seen him do it a few times this season, where he comes out and he does like the headed into the crowd, and he's trying to play that sort of sweeper role that we've seen from the likes of Edison at Man City. And that's the modern goalkeeper, isn't it? And just unfortunately this time it didn't go well. He's went for the header. He's came out, and when the ball's in front of him, I think it's just muscle memory.
Do you not think he got a knock on the head? Knocked his head forward. Someone, I can't remember who it was, I was watching someone on YouTube, said it might have been a slight concussion because he proper whacked his bonds like, and then you just see him straight afterwards, like just stick his arms out, like natural.
Well, it's instinct, isn't it? He's a goalkeeper, you know. You're a goalkeeper. The ball's in front of you. You land on the ground. You're going to smother it. But yeah, no arguments. It's a red card.
All the fans giving the team stick and giving Pope stick. Have a fucking word, man. Do you know what I mean?
Have more than a word. Give your head a wobble. Go for a jog. Wind your neck in. All of those cliches.
2 games.
You know what I mean? How many points has he saved with this season?
Yeah,
I'm gutted for him.
That back five have been outstanding all season, and they've all had a little bit of a wobbler. So what? Fucking is what it is, isn't it?
You're not gonna not concede goals, right? The run they've been on, right? You can more than forgive them.
Right.
Yeah, there was a couple of mistakes, but that's what happens over the course of a season. You know what I mean? You have these sort of mistakes, and now it's time for them to react. And the type of players that they are. I mean, do you think for 1 second Trippier's not going to go away now and go, right, hang on a second, let's get this put right? He's not going to let it affect his confidence. He's a professional, and he'll get a hold of the rest of the defence as well, and he'll be like, come on, lads, there's one of two ways to react to this sort of like slight dip in form. And to be fair, after the Pope incident, normal service was pretty much resumed at the back. A couple of chances they had.
Well, let's move on to the second half. Obviously, after Pope sending off, we had the Brav got on. Bit of a muted response from the fans, but you know, he made his bed with that one. And then we pretty much held the fort as best we could for the remaining of the first half. And then going to the second half, I think we're absolutely playing out our skins. Like I said,
wasn't it even a Dan Burden header off the crossbar? There was Alan St. Maximan got one tipped onto the crossbar.
Oh, you mean the second one? Yeah, it was Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after the sending off. So it wasn't just holding the fort. We looked like the team were going to go on and get back into it. And if it wasn't for, you know, the Dan Burn header was a strong header, slightly a little bit down. That's going in on off the underside of the bar. Keeper's getting nowhere near it. The Maxi one, a little bit of a tamer shot, but the keeper still had to tip it onto the post. And I think the real big chance came when Anthony Gordon. He wasn't clean through.
Anthony Gordon.
Anthony Gordon now. Yeah, he was through, and well, when I was watching it in the ground,
I thought he was going to proper just lace his fucking his laces through it and just. I really did.
When I was watching it in the ground from where I was looking, I thought he could have maybe took it on himself, but then watching it back on the TV. I don't know, maybe it was the right decision to slip in Wilson, but you were expecting Wilson just to bury that.
Because obviously we sit in the leasers, so it looked like it was just I can never judge the depth. My old eyesight's terrible anyway.
Same, yeah.
But it did look like he was going to just ripple the net, like. But
and I think after that chance, it was done then, wasn't it? It was done then, wasn't it? After that chance, I think it was a case of, and you know. It was, the team selection beforehand. I did like a little something in the ground. And the big surprise was Anderson starting, wasn't it? Yeah. And I want him to do well, but I just feel he was a little bit lost until the point when he came off.
My thinking of that was because it's like, Gordon obviously is cup tight, so can't play in the final. So you think, well, he should start Gordon. But then again, if he's looking at Willock not being fit, then he wants to give Anderson a full 90 minutes.
Aye.
Before the final. That would be my thinking of why he done that.
And you think Anderson will start on Sunday? I mean, I know there's not much of an update on Willock at the moment. Originally, they said that they were hoping to have him back for the final. I guess if he's not back in time, it'll have to be Anderson, won't it?
It will, won't it? There's no one else.
Yeah, Gordon's cup tied.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Bruno back in the middle, so I suppose. Well, no,
Bruno Longstaff,
aye. And then I suppose you could go with a 3-pronged attack again. Yeah, forgetting about Bruno.
No, yeah.
Well, anyways, we'll move on from that Liverpool game. I said all I really wanted to say on it. I didn't even really want to talk about it.
No.
Took the wind out of my sails a little bit.
Quickly mention, have you seen the clip going around the day of the Liverpool fans setting off fireworks outside of the Real Madrid hotel, 2:00 this morning?
No. Outside the Real Madrid hotel. It's funny that, isn't it?
Isn't it?
You know what I mean?
I can't stand them. If any Liverpool fans watch this channel in the future, I can't stand this. I just can't stand this. Like, I can't. Like,
No
you know,
comments.
I'm gonna have one little rant. Like, I've been going to the games on and off since 1992. This last season ticket I've had for 9 years now. The only trouble I've ever seen, obviously I've seen our fans punch horses and that, but the only ever trouble I've seen with opposition fans really taking the piss has been Liverpool fans on more than one occasion, chucking stuff down from the away end, starting fights. There was a group of them. I was just walking up by myself with another young lad and his son, and there was a group of about 3 or 4 of them scousers right in my face, going, come on. And it's like, oh, wait. And every part of us wanted to fucking throw hands, but I've got to respect that. I'm disabled.
We don't condone violence.
Yeah, I'm disabled now as well. I can't do that. But I just thought, I hate that whole pathetic fight.
I mean, look at every set of fans has plonkers. You know what I mean? We've got plonkers. Literally, there's nobody excused from that. I think the worst bit I've ever seen actually was about 4 or 5 seasons ago. Was actually a Man City fan throwing a flare into, because we sit right below the away fans, threw it into the home fans after a goal, and it hit this woman in the back of the head, and I was like, why? Yeah. Like, what's the point? Like, you know, if you're going to take a flare in, I mean, you know, take a flare in. I know the ban from grounds and all that, and if you're going to set one off, fair enough. But throwing it into the away stand, and you know, it's stupid. I don't know why fans do that.
No,
and
maybe
you know what I mean?
When I was younger, I would have seen the funny side of it. I was a bit of a knacker when I was younger, but now I've got kids, and it's just like I am turning into an older person, and I'm like, yeah, there could have been bends there, there could have been elderly people that could hit them. Like, if you just want to fight with each other fans, arrange it like they used to do back in the day, and go and fight in some abandoned land and
leave the rest of the world alone.
Heads in. I leave the rest of the world alone who aren't interested in that, and just like good pattern watching the footy. And I love the banter and the piss taking, but I can't be arsed with the violence and all that carry on, man. I don't go to footy. It's a release, and I suppose it's a release for them, but just staying away from everyone else.
I mean, you know, we're going down to Wembley at the weekend, and you know, there's
let's
thousands and thousands of fans, and yeah, let's get on to it. Yeah, what's your feelings now?
I'm buzzing. I'm looking forward to the Saturday at Trafalgar Square.
Aye,
tops off in the fountains, dancing. I generally don't think there'll be any Rick down there. I just think there'll be too many of on either side for there to be any real threat of trouble.
It'll be drunk Geordies, you know, maybe he's being like a bit of a pest in terms of noise that we make. You know what I mean?
Noise,
people are going to be excited. I think it's all going to be, you know, in good jest. I don't think there'll be any trouble or anything. Everybody's excited, man, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's a rarity for us to get these sort of occasions, and I haven't started getting nervous yet. I'm sure that'll come, but you know, win, lose or draw, like it's about the weekend as well, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to meeting you in the morning, getting on the train. You know, the excitement of going down, might have 1 or 2 cans on the train. You know, going for a bite to eat on the night time, getting down to that Trafalgar Square, mixing with all the other fans. It's going to be an event that we'll remember for a long time, and hopefully it's the first of hopefully many to come.
I can't wait. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. Match aside, it keeps creeping back in the actual match. That's the
it does.
Just because, like, obviously Rashford is on fire, another 2 goals against Barcelona. Bruno Fernandes with 2 assists. Yeah.
There's only one Bruno.
There's only one Bruno.
There's only one Bruno, I'm afraid. But yeah, no, Rashford's looking really, 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 really sharp. So it's going to be important to keep an eye on him, and let's not sort of give him the same sort of room that we gave to Nunes the other day. We're going to have to sort of have some sort of plan for him, but you don't want that plan to sort of be the dominant thing. We don't want to go in there thinking too defensively. We play our best on the front foot. Yeah. We play our best stuff on the front foot, and we seem to start every game like a house on fire. And if we can do that again, but this time do what we haven't been doing and get the goal, I don't think they'll fancy it after that. I think they'll sort of come forward a little bit more, and there'll be a chance for maybe another one. Is this me thinking possibly over positively? Yes, but you've got to, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to save match predictions for later on in the week. But yeah, I mean, as far as what we can do as fans, there's bring your scarf movement again. I mean, that was tremendous at the was it the Southampton or the Leicester game?
It was both, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the first one was this Leicester game. I just remember seeing the save scarf. The stadium looked amazing, so it'd be great to replicate that at Wembley, like
reminiscent of the Shearer testimonial, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When
I've got my Shearer testimonial scarf somewhere.
Have you?
Somewhere.
Take it down.
I might do if I can find it. I've got 2 there behind. I've got loads. I don't know what I've done with the rest of them. And
but yeah, you see, something I did want to mention, because I was on one of the forums, and one of the fans who's going down there and hasn't got a ticket, but sort of wanted to soak in that atmosphere of walking down Wembley Way. Nonetheless, it has been announced that they're doing a 1 mile perimeter around the stadium, and you'll only get through the perimeter if you've got a ticket. So just a shout out to anybody who's going down without a ticket. They are putting a mile perimeter around the stadium, and if you haven't got a ticket, they won't let you pass that part. So I think that'll include Wembley Way. So that's a bit of a shame, but I get why they're doing it.
How they're going to police that?
It's going to be difficult, yeah. It's going to be difficult, yeah, but I think if they were going to police any part of it, Wembley Way would probably be the part that they were going to, get some sort of security there to check tickets before you go through the actual turnstiles. And yeah, it's worth checking on your tickets, those that are going as well, what your time is to enter the ground. I know mine's between 3 and 3:30. I've got to enter the ground. I don't know how strict that is, whether that's just a guideline or whatever that is. But yeah,
where does it tell you this? I'll have a look. I'll have a look now.
I can't remember if I saw either on the email or on the ticket itself. It was one of the two. So yeah,
oh yeah, entry time slot between 2:30 and 3.
2:30 and 3 for yours, is it? Yeah. Well, yeah, so it's worth having a look on your ticket to see what your entry time slot is. I don't know how strict they are on that. I mean, if you turned up later, I can't see them saying, oh, you're not getting in, but it's worth just keeping an eye on, isn't it?
Surely there'd want people in drinking in the bars, wouldn't there?
Well, there's going to be a fan zone, isn't it, right next to the ground? So they've got a fan zone for Man U and a fan zone for Newcastle. There is a bar like a ban on alcohol within this perimeter of the stadium, and anybody caught with their own alcohol is getting a £100 fine, apparently. But yeah, you can consume alcohol before the game, and I think they stopped selling the alcohol. I think it was 4 o'clock, but it is limited spaces in the fan zones. So basically, if you're down within that mile perimeter of Wembley and you're not in the fan zone and you want a drink, basically you've got to go into the ground to have a drink.
Yeah. Well, as you know, I can't really drink at the minute because of all the meds I'm on. But I know I've got no self-control when I feel euphoria. So you're gonna have to carry me.
You have to get an easy enough task.
You have to get some fans because I'm taking me slightly smaller walking stick, so I don't have my big Daft Zimmer thing. I'm taking me little walking stick, so it's going to be.
Sure, you look really sexy with that, yeah.
Yeah, just get a couple of those and give us a shuggy boat.
Are you going to hide your flares in the walking stick?
Aye. Sounds good.
Well, no, they're just a few bits and pieces, and yeah, I can't wait. I think this week we're going to do some little bit more in-depth stuff on the on the build up to the game, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to do some of Newcastle's infamous appearances at Wembley. I was watching, it's not Wembley related, but I was watching the 1969 FA's Cup final highlights last night. I'd never seen it before. I'd never watched it. It just appeared on the timeline. So it was good. It's good watching. We lift a trophy. I got a tingle watching we lift a trophy. So
well, that's it. You notice I'm like, I can't help the thoughts creeping in my head, but I'm trying to ban myself from having that sort of mental image of like Trippier lifting the trophy like that and everybody cheering, because I don't know, I just can't allow myself to do that. Yeah,
it'll be Lascelles who lifts it. Club
I don't
captain.
know. Would it be? Is it club captain or is it game captain?
I know what kind of character Trippier's got. You'd be adamant it would be Lascelles to lift it.
Yeah,
he's got that proper honourable character. Trippier.
I'm not bothered who lifts it as long as somebody lifts it. But I can't allow myself to have that mental image just yet, because
Lascelles has done his part anyway with all these sideline shithousery.
Oh, he's a master of the dark arts, isn't he? I mean, is it twice? Twice he's been booked.
Yeah, he's been booked
from the sideline.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's your role, that's your role, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's and you know what it is, right? Everybody goes on about this gamesmanship, and you know what it's about time we did it. This is what I want to see from the team. I want to see we're being shithouses. I want to get under the skin of other teams. Like Eddie Howe said, we're not here to what was the quote again? Something like that. We're here to I can't remember the quote off the top of my head, but yeah. I don't mind the shithousery coming from Tyndall, coming from Lascelles, coming from all of them. I don't care. I don't care if it upsets people. I don't care. I want us to be the shithouses. I want to be disliked, because if you're disliked, it means you're doing something well.
Well, I think we already are on that regard, but hopefully we're disliked for the right reasons.
Even if we're disliked for the wrong reasons, I don't care. All we care about is the turnaround and not being in the position we've been in for the last 14 years. So if it rubs people up the wrong way, so fuck.
Yeah. Mint, well, I'm buzzing. I am genuinely buzzing. 5 days to go. 5 more sleeps.
5 more sleeps. And yeah,
I mean, till we go to Wembley, though, until we go to London.
The big smoke. Aye. I mean, what even are these days? Like, you know, today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, what are they? They're just moments to wait.
It is like that Christmas period when you're a kid, isn't it?
Aye, and
it's mad. But yeah, I'm buzzing.
Geordie Bank holiday on Monday.
Yeah. I'm buzzing. I can't wait. Right. Well, we'll leave it there for today. Hope that's got some juices flowing. Get some people excited. Thank you to everyone who's been subscribing. That's been tremendous. I've been hitting everyone up on Twitter, getting them to subscribe. So if you aren't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, spread the word if you think that we're doing a good job. What have I done here? Get rid of that.
Oh.
Spread the word, and hopefully the video production will get better and better as we go on.
We're still finding with feet, aren't we? We're still finding with feet. We're new to this, but we're enjoying doing the videos, and any input from anybody's great, whether it be positive or negative.
Stick something in the comments. Fill your boots. Read Kevin. I'll speak to you probably tomorrow, and we'll do another little video in the build up to Wembley.
Okay, look forward to it.
Cheers, everyone. Like, subscribe. Ta-ra.
See you later.